All right, everybody, welcome back to round 6 of day 1A of the X-Wing World Championships here in Minnesota. My name is Asa Graf.
And I'm Darren Granger.
And for the Gold Squadron podcast, we are on table 1, D-Yoon there on the left-hand side, Sarah Tessam on the right.
Crate versus not Mynock.
Versus not Mynock. We have to make that absolutely clear for branding purposes. This is not the Mynock squadron.
Nope, D is definitely not a Mynock. He is a fly better podcaster.
Exactly. We're just getting the time starting. I'm trying to.
So, let's talk us through these squads then here, Asa.
Let's do. We've seen some variations of D-Yoon's list in the past. He's got Lieutenant Sai, he has Darth Vader, he has Redline. Lieutenant Sai there in the shuttle with ST-321 is the action economy of this list. On Sarah's side, it's Republic Beef.
Absolutely. It's a different kind of Republic Beef. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi there with a 104th Battalion pilot, 2 Gold Squadrons, and Broadside with the ion cannon turret. Now, the interesting thing here is going to be Broadside in this matchup. So, because Vader's going to be moving last, Broadside is going to be quite interesting to playing into to Sarah's tactics there, Asa, with the ability to add the eyeball result out the side.
Right. Yeah, Broadside is going to be really critical to helping knock down Vader here, nail him down, and make it so that he is not nearly as much of an arc dodger, as much of a swarm killer as he usually is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge problem if an ace gets ioned there because of the changes to the rules. He can only take a focus action.
Exactly.
So what that means
linking off of Vader's force.
Absolutely. And what that means is if Sarah does manage to get an ion off in this match, Vader's going to be so predictable. And as we can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships there that can all get arc on Vader if they know where he's going to be.
Now check this out right over here, because Lieutenant Sai just demonstrated why he is so powerful. The Sai moved forward. We coordinated a focus to Redline. Because focus is on Sai's action bar, his ability allows him to do the same thing. Now, if Sai was in range 3 of Sarah's list, ST-321 also allows him to grab that target lock. So much action economy. Now, imagine if that's a boost on Redline. We saw advanced sensors on Redline yesterday in Dallas Parker's list. Passive sensors on Redline right now, but he can still take that boost. Sai gets the target lock, still gives him some action economy.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely fantastic. All right, so we have a poll up on stream right now. Choose who you think will win this. If you vote 1, you vote for D-Yoon. D-Yoon, number 1. Feel like that's not how you pronounce his name, but it works. If you vote for number 2, you're voting for Sarah Tessam. So vote 1 or 2 in the chat to choose your champion.
Yep. It's really interesting to see what's going to happen here. Whether the Crates are going to be victorious over the
whether the Crates will be on top.
Whether the Crates will be on top, or whether the Fly Better podcast will pull ahead here.
Right, if D will actually live up to the name of his podcast.
Absolutely.
We'll see here. Vader taking a 4 straight forward, very quick up the side there, putting some pressure on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can't let that flanker flank.
No, absolutely not. And I think it's interesting to see what happens next turn with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is Obi-Wan going to disengage over here, or is he going to come up here?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Obi-Wan just try to do some short maneuvers, barrel roll back down here, and force the issue for D. Because let's say this, Redline is, well, who has initiative right now?
I believe first player will be Sarah.
I actually think D might be, because Sarah has the bid.
Right, okay.
She moved Redline before Obi-Wan.
In which case, yep, absolutely, D is first player.
Yep, so D is first player. Obi-Wan moving after Redline will allow him to dodge some of those arcs.
He can, but Redline has passive sensors.
But that's not what I'm worried about. It's just getting that gun on target.
Yeah.
Because if let's say Redline dialed in a 2 straight maneuver right here, we can see Obi-Wan, you know, with a 1 bank, a 2 straight maneuver. If he goes this way, Redline can boost out. If he goes this way, Redline can boost in.
Yeah.
And then we can see that passive sensor trigger. We see some target locks going down and really putting pressure on Obi-Wan. Vader can do the same, but he can't be backed up by Redline nearly as effectively if Obi-Wan is moving after.
And one of the important things to remember here is, although Vader is the highest pilot skill on the board here, his only real reposition of great note is afterburners. He does have the barrel roll, but the afterburners, he is limited to doing a 3-speed maneuver or above, and he's only got 2 charges with it.
Right.
Whereas Obi-Wan can do a 1-bank.
Boost whenever he wants.
Can boost whenever he wants and barrel roll, so he's got the double reposition there at the cost of spending a force.
Now, one interesting choice for D here in this list is passive sensors on Vader. That's not something that I have seen before.
Passive sensors on Vader is an incredible combination, because what it allows you to do is, say for example he was up against a Nantex with a deeper bid than him, because he's not got the bid with Vader, what that means he can do is he can move into position, just do his move, take passive sensors, and then wait. Then the other aces, whether they're pilot skill, whether they're other 6s, they move after him, they reposition. And then Vader engages first. And so as soon as Vader engages, he gets his lock. But then Vader's ability is he can push off of that lock. That allows him then to barrel roll out of arc. It also means that if, for example, a Nantex decides to hand a tractor beam off to him and reposition him, the Nantex ability is with Ensnare is at the end of the activation phase. Vader's ability triggers at the start of the engagement phase. So the tractor beam's handed off with Ensnare, and then all of a sudden Vader's barrel rolled. Then activate Vader, take the target lock, barrel roll back to exactly where you were.
So now that passive sensors, is that the action?
So passive sensors is an action. So what then happens is you take that as an action. He can't be coordinating afterwards, and then it allows him to take either a target lock or a calculate action.
That makes perfect sense. Now that I think about it that way, I was thinking of it just acquiring the lock.
Nope, it's an action. And we see the same thing with Redline. So Redline having passive sensors is great because, again, he can move forwards, take the passive sensors action, acquire a lock with his ability. Then when he engages, he can take a calculate, and it's a calculate action, and take a second lock.
Absolutely beautiful.
So there's just raw efficiency here with this ship, and this ship, and this ship.
Action efficiency at its best.
Yes, absolutely.
Really. Combined with excellent offensive firepower, combined with excellent maneuverability. I mean, Vader's supreme in his hammer, like in the amount of damage that he puts out. So is Redline.
And so we see here Sai moving in quickly, going, you know what? I'm going to leave Obi-Wan. I think Obi-Wan's going to play slow, play around here. So you know what? I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in hard.
And I think D is absolutely right to do that too. Obi-Wan with Delta. See, here's the thing. Obi-Wan with Delta 7B, he puts out some significant damage. But we are not nearby V. So Obi-Wan has to put. Obi-Wan can't really do that by himself. Delta 7 is also not a particularly excellent endgame ship because it's not nearly as squirrely. If there's something that out-PSs it, like Vader, then Obi-Wan is hurting.
And while ever Obi-Wan's down here, he is not using his pilot ability to protect these ships up here.
Exactly. Plus, so many arcs on this board can burn down the shuttle, can burn down Redline, can catch Vader in overlapping fire, and that's really not what an ace wants to see. Something that's worth mentioning in this game, too, is that both of these players right now are 3-2. Both of them on the bubble. This will decide who is kicked out of Worlds 2019.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what we've seen here is really interesting. It's something we don't see very often. Obi-Wan there taking the purple evade action there. It's smart, though, because this gas cloud here means that not only will Sarah's Obi-Wan get an extra dice, it also has a gas cloud effect, and she's effectively got focus there.
She's got focus, evade, auto thrusters. That old first edition combo means that absolutely nothing is getting in through Obi-Wan. No matter how hard D tries.
So D's here now thinking, do I take the afterburners? Because if he afterburners, it puts him about here. So he's counting there to see whether it's going to be in range. So
I think that's too aggressive. I think that's too aggressive for D right now. I think next round, if he takes this 3-bank in instead from exactly where he is.
So he is doing the afterburners, and then what you do is you roll, and then you take the lock.
There it is. Absolutely right, Darren. But it is to the other side, actually.
That I find interesting.
So do I. I would think that Vader would want to position himself as a chaser to Obi-Wan as well as a flanker to this swarm. But my thought with remaining right there is you use afterburners off of a 3 bank, and so that you can see where, because Obi-Wan's got to go kind of here, the 3 bank.
So I think we are going to get some shots.
I think so. So he took the target lock from passive sensors. No shot, just out of range of the swarm. So David Felth 23 asks 4 and 3 make cut. 4 and 2 is actually 5 and 2. There are 7 rounds today.
So Redline just out of range.
Passive sensors popping off on there too.
Yep, gets to calculate. So D taking a lock there with Redline's ability.
All right, now Sarah measuring range back to the shuttle. Shuttle just barely in range. All right, so the shuttle now activating. Lieutenant Sai firing range 3.
Probably into this torrent.
Let's see what we got. Just because it's number pink.
Is D going to take number pink? So he's going for green.
And there we go.
Wow, that is a strong opening salvo. Oh.
2 blanks focus. Got to spend that. 2 crits.
Just from a shot down range. So the first crit, structural damage. Damaged engine.
Structural damage in there. Damaged engine as well. That's absolutely terrible.
Yep.
That poor V19.
Now I don't think Sarah's too worried there about the damaged engine, because you've got a nice bank here coming in. The problem is that structural damage.
Structural damage basically means that whatever the next shot is can put this thing down.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 hit, clean.
Number pink getting 2 hits. Lieutenant Sai getting 1 evade, 1 shield down.
Yep. And there we see Diyun, someone regularly commenting about the poor state of his dice there, and actually I think he came ahead.
Remember, the poor state of your dice is also the great state of Sarah's dice, because they're using the same dice.
Absolutely, they are using a shared dice pool where both players are.
He's also using my dice.
Yep, these are Dion's dice. And
these are Dion's bad dice.
Dion's dice are broken. Dion's dice are stupid good.
And stupid bad. We saw somebody roll 7 for 7 blanks earlier today.
You mean average?
That's a point of view.
63 minutes left. We see dials going down one more time. With Obi-Wan coming in here as a flanker, D has seeded this flank.
Yes.
What do you think he's going to do here?
So I think we're probably going to see a 1 forwards from the shuttle. And probably just a 1 forwards on Redline as well. And probably a 3 bank in with Vader.
And why do you think such an aggressive move with the Dark Lord?
Just what my gut tells me.
I don't think that's bad. I think Obi-Wan, if he presses his advantage here on the flank, turning in aggressively right here, if Vader does a short maneuver, we could see Obi-Wan positioned right in this area, blasting into his side. But if Vader does, I'm not sure he's certainly 3 straight, more of a 3, maybe a 4 straight instead of that bank, because he'll be able to catch, might be able to catch this arc on the side, might be able, excuse me, that torrent, might be able to catch that arc.
Movement here. So the 4 straight on those torrents.
That is it. I mean, that's a good maneuver. It ensures that if Redline goes faster, that he will not be able to get in action. And following suit with number pink might block Lieutenant Sai. I think that's far enough forward to do so.
Yep. Depends what the shuttle has done. Now, it's important to note that that torrent can barrel roll, but she's opting not to. She's just taking the focus. So the arc now probably going to see a 2 or a 3 bank. Yeah, 3 bank there, trying to keep the formation, trying to keep more guns on target.
And what that means now is that that aggressive maneuvers from Vader is going to overshoot this front rank. He'll have to put the damage into the arc if that's the only target.
So one straight with the shuttle. Does it fit? Does it bump?
It's very close.
I think it might fit. It is clean.
That is clear. Clean as a whistle. Good job, D.
He can coordinate a focus. Gets him a focus. ST321 will trigger. Probably going to take a target lock here.
I think so too. So Sarah joking, how does the ability Q work ST321 in red line? To be perfectly fair, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So D now just looking at what he can do with a target lock, because after he's coordinated the focus to Redline's ability is that he can acquire a lock.
Right.
So now he's just choosing which ship he wants to take a target lock on.
He's putting that lock down indeed on the Arc 170.
Yep, puts it on the Arc. ST321 then acquires a lock.
It's a lot of firepower coming in that 104th Battalion pilot.
And here we see Broadside now coming round with a 3 bank now. D's got to be careful because Broadside can potentially ionize that shuttle.
Right.
And he's getting very, very close to this board edge. It'd take 2 turns to get that ship off. Or into a position where it can't recover.
Exactly.
So, forward 1, will it clear? I think that'll be fine.
Absolutely. Now, if D had been cheeky here and expected that block, he could have gone 2 forward instead. Yep. Bumped right into that green dude.
Yep. So what happens here is Redline does the passive sensors, Redline ability, moves that target lock. It's probably going to take it on number green.
Right. Sarah lamenting there the lack of a barrel roll to block the shuttle, because that is the heart and soul of D's list. You see all the shenanigans that are possible.
And I think that misplay is going to cost her dearly this turn.
Obi-Wan Kenobi 1 bank to the left.
Such a conservative move, and I think that she's being very cautious, and if Vader comes around this way,
to quote Sarah one more time, it would be silly of Vader to turn right in to Obi-Wan, and I think she's seeing that.
And this is part of the mind games here, because she's now being cautious, but Vader could actually turn in.
Right.
He's got his lock. He's got a lock on him already there.
So there's the boost. She's being aggressive.
She's choosing violence.
She is, just like 404, and that's a good maneuver, though.
Absolutely.
That barrel roll.
Because that means that if Vader does hard 2, he's going to struggle.
No, there it is.
So
there's that 3 straight. I think D is going to keep the afterburners in the can. Maybe we'll see a barrel roll to the left instead.
I think he might afterburners. Yep. There we go.
There we go. Because that's fun. Quote
Absolutely.
D-Yoon. He's choosing violence.
He is choosing violence. And I think what we're going to see here, I think we're going to see a barrel roll.
In which direction?
I think he's going to barrel roll in this way.
I think he's... I don't think so. I think he's fine. So he's going to definitely move his target lock.
Yep.
But Vader's in a great position. He can come in 1 bank if he wants to be conservative. Once that arc moves forward, 2 turn.
Just taking the focus.
He did move his lock.
Yep.
Range 2 from Darth Vader. D going all in on this Arc 170.
We could see this arc gate taken off the table.
Range 2, Vader firing.
Yep. Spend the focus.
Targeting computer. Spend the focus. Hit, and crit.
Now, it's important to know that that 104th pilot has 3 shields, so that crit's not going to matter.
And only 2 of them are going down.
Absolutely. So passive sensors now triggers on Redline. Takes calculate.
That's excellent. It means he has a calculate for his evade die.
Absolutely.
If it does come up focus.
Considering moving the lock. Now it's important to remember that his ability is acquire a lock, not take a target lock action.
Torpedo coming in on the Arc 170.
So 4 dice coming into that.
There's 2 hits,
There's
2
hits.
blanks, spend the lock. D looking for a very large hit here. Crits into hull maybe. There's 2 more hits. 3 and a crit is what will go in. 1 evade die. 1 hot green.
So shield hit and then a crit.
Critical hit is a wounded pilot.
Probably one of the worst crit to see. So Obi-Wan here, range 2 into Redline. Now it's important to see that Redline's still got both those tokens left.
Right. A lot of defensive modifications, but he only has 1 green die to modify. 1 crit, spend a force to a hit. 1 blank, 2 shields off a red line. Lieutenant Sai now with a target lock focus.
Yeah. Has to go into the 104th pilot.
Right.
So he does have a target lock, does have a focus.
He's got 3 hits, 1 focus. D's not fishing for the crit.
Nope.
And there's that focus. That hot green survives on 1 hull, that 104th Battalion.
Absolutely. Like that arc there just doing work. Those 3 green dice, 3 bits of paint.
Right.
So, and that could be crucial. That arc now being able to add 4 dice into that shuttle.
Or 3 more into red line.
3 more into red line.
To be frank, I think that's the play. Because you got a lot of arcs on red line right now.
So what we're seeing now is range 1 with the ion cannon.
He's going for the shuttle. Going for the shuttle with that broadside shot.
So that's great there from Redline.
Excellent.
So that is an ionized shuttle probably. There we go.
An ionized shuttle, only 1 damage.
Takes a shield, takes 3 ion.
That's an ionized shuttle. D does not want to see that.
Nope.
So that means Sai A cannot coordinate. It means Sai is moving towards the front of that board or towards the edge of that board. All broadside is going to do is just take a short little one forward.
So green is now going into red line.
Painting the red line. 2 hits.
Oh.
Red line's getting no paint. D should pick up the same die that Sarah's using.
Absolutely. So, number pink. You know what? I think we're going to see hit, hit, crit here from number pink.
I think we're going to see hit, hit, crit, and there's a direct hit. There's 3 hits. It's close. Do we see paint? There we go.
But that is half points on red line.
Absolutely, and that means that D-Unit is now down by 15 points after that first round of engagement with just under an hour left.
And there's the arc.
And there's the crits in the red line. Holy cow.
Oh, that is a dead. Is this a dead red line?
I think this is a dead line right here.
Oh, crits in the chat for red line there.
Chat for red line.
Oh,
I'm gonna put them all up right there. Yeah, there we go.
Incredible. And
it
just
lives to crit again.
Yeah, that arc doing work.
Holy cow. Oh my God.
So Redline died with 2 target locks, a calculate, and a focus.
So, and 1 torpedo still in the can.
Yep.
Holy cow. All right, let's go ahead and see. Let's take a little post-mortem here. 50 minutes left. That's the first round of combat. We have red line dead. Sorry, second round of combat.
Yep.
We have red line, dead line.
Yep.
We've got number green down to 3 hull, and the 104th Battalion pilot down to 1. I think Vader's going to have to do some serious work here.
I think D's going to spend tomorrow farming tickets in pods.
I think he is. Jesus Christ.
So, we're going to see a
well, we know where that
one
shuttle's
forward
going.
ion move.
Yep.
I think basically what we saw there is Sarah was kicking herself for not barrel rolling with this arc there. I think the Dice Gods came back and went, know what? We've got you.
Absolutely, because we see now that shuttle is moving right towards the edge of the board. Again, one straight forward with broadside.
Yep. You've got shuttle goes to there. If broadside just does a one bank, because let's not forget that shuttle is moving first. Broadside does a one bank, has that arc then spread out, hits the shuttle again,
right
off the board.
There's nothing that Sarah can do to give that a target lock and focus, right?
Yep.
Well, no, she can't give it a target lock and focus, right?
No, she just gives it a focus.
It's also need.
I think K-turn. Yep.
Obi, it doesn't even matter where Obi-Wan goes. Just come in straight.
You know what? I think Obi-Wan will take the rest of the day off.
Yep. Just come in, put a target lock on Vader somewhere.
Yeah. Now
just
let's
get ready for a final turn.
Let's not forget the Dark Lord of the Sith is still there.
Right.
Can still do some work, but he's got to do a lot of work.
And he has to do it without any afterburners left.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of firing arcs on the board, not to mention a lot of Arc 170 still on the board that he has to shoot.
Yeah, so I think it's fair to say this arc's probably going to die.
Right.
Now, if Sarah's been smart, what she might want to do is just turn in.
Well, she's actually going to turn out, and I think this is a very good move, because what it does is it moves the Arc's arc out towards the back here. Vader turning in is going to find it hard to get a shot without being fired upon.
Well, that's the thing now. This arc, when he moves forwards, his arc's not going to be able to get the arc.
Right. And she's actually going for a barrel roll to block Vader. D with the round of applause.
Yep.
Great sportsman, which means Obi-Wan is likely to see an aggressive maneuver into Vader.
I think we're going to see a one bank from Obi-Wan, one bank or two bank.
I think we'll see a two bank.
So, it's like
here comes Sai, one forward and focus.
Yep. Yep. One forward, focus, and that's all he can do. So I think we're going to see a one bank here from broadside.
Right. There's the one bank left.
Yep. Take the focus.
There's broadside with a focus.
Yep. Yep. Now she needs to get 4 bits of paint. Well, no, actually she needs to get 3 bits of paint, because broadside gets changed 1 dice to an eyeball.
That's right.
The clue's in the name.
And there's actually a 3 bank. Very aggressive, but I like that. Sarah's ahead. She knows she's ahead.
She can press that advantage.
Exactly. That's exactly what she's doing.
Because the thing to notice is she'll know whether the shuttle is ionized or not. So because she knows that whether the shuttle is ionized or not, she doesn't need to waste any shots. Just a one bank from Vader.
Is that going to block?
Nope. Nope. Vader's going to be clean.
That was a good bluff from D.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great blocking maneuver from Sarah, but I think D called that.
Yeah, Sarah saying that she was expecting the hard 2.
And when D gave that round of applause, like, yep, that's the right maneuver. Right, that barrel roll is correct.
But I mean, this is a great game. Like, Sarah is taking D hard right now.
Right. There's a focus from Vader.
Yep.
Put the target lock in onto the one.
So going into the broadside. Probably going to try and get to spend that focus, but if I'm Sarah,
I don't.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
What? If it's not flat, it's not flat.
So
asking about flat dice in the dice box. If it's not flat, it's not flat up against the edge. Move that crit. Spend a force there, I think.
Yep, absolutely. I think you spend one has to go to a crit.
Yep. There it is. Turned 1 to a crit. Maybe you get the blinded pilot, right?
Well, the crit doesn't matter because it's a... oh, no, wait, because that would trigger first. Ooh. So 3 shields.
That's right. Doesn't have 2 shields. These are the tanky Y-Wings.
Absolutely. So Obi into Vader. Range 2. Has the lock, has the force.
Doesn't need the lock. 2
Spend
force.
the force. You roll paint, you roll paint.
3 hits. Vader with 2 evades. Spend
2
that
evades
focus.
and a focus. You spend it.
Yeah, just spend that focus. You need that force.
D debating now.
And he's taking
Spending
the
the
right
focus.
token. Yep.
So they've just realized that they have a wounded pilot on the Ark, so they're just going to roll for it now. Doesn't trigger.
So that does actually trigger.
Okay, there we go.
Because
And
it's on
they've
a
caught
hit
it.
or a crit on that
So that
roll.
Ark is now double stressed.
Yep. So that is coming from the shuttle.
So
He's saying he's going off the board.
yep.
So he is not spending that focus token. He really needs to see a paint on his
Yep.
die. Here comes
Yep.
Brideside's shot. Is this fine?
Yep.
There it is. Brideside.
So he needs to roll
He
paint.
needs paint. He needs paint. Is that green die going to treat D well?
He needs to roll paint.
No! There goes the shuttle.
Denied.
1 more ion. 3 more ion tokens. Going to see that shuttle drifting 1 straight forward for the 2nd turn in a row. I can hear the voice of Ryan Farmer back there. Giving D a hard time with his 1 and 4.
I think this is going to be hard for Vader to come back from.
I think you're absolutely right. Here comes green to Vader at range 3. Well, that's why he didn't roll any evades. All y'all in chat are taking them all. There's Vader. 1 more hit coming in out at range 3. Vader should be fine. And there he is. 1 evade.
Yep. So Sarah's now going to shoot with the Arc into Sai. Range 1. Just twisting the knife there.
Need to. Because
She
it's
doesn't need
gone.
to.
1 crit.
1 crit.
This is going to be the one he evade. No, it's not. Never mind.
Last shield on Sai.
Yep.
So D lamenting his green dice there on the shuttle.
Yeah.
So Sarah just helping her opponent
Helping
out
a
there.
brother out. Helping the poor man out. Thank you, chat, for stealing all of Lieutenant Sai's evades and red lines, for that matter. Chadresh says, I can hear him now, quote, the variance on the podcast.
Well, I guess what we can all assume the podcast for Fly Better is going to be about next week.
Right. Now, remember, we have seen some dice variance in this game. We saw some excellent reds from Sarah. We saw some less than excellent greens from D. They are using the exact same pool of dice. It's
Absolutely
worth
they are.
stressing at this point. Variance does come into play. At the end of the day, this is a dice game.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what creates these super fun moments.
Vader's in a real tough spot now here, though. So Sai's going to do a 1 forwards. Probably stays on the board, but
Right.
I don't think he can come back. A hard turn, I think, won't keep him on.
Especially if Broadcut comes in and irons him.
Well, yeah, if Broadside just hard 2s down,
Right.
gets him again.
Right.
So
Here
we've got
come
1 straight.
V19s.
1 straight focus.
Yep. That's all they need to do.
Keeps it relevant. Takes focus.
1 damage, or excuse me, 1 straight forward.
Being very careful to place that. Great sportsmanship by both players here.
Takes focus. Great sportsmanship does take focus. And if your great sportsmanship takes focus, you can get your focus tokens from CurlPaw Creatives. Use coupon code WORLDS2019 for 15% off when you buy anything from CurlPaw Creatives Etsy store from now until Monday.
Smooth segue there, Asa.
Thank you very much. It pains me dearly that Dion wasn't showing ours. We weren't featured at this point, because that was a great sponsor segue. Dion's like, just shrugs.
He is still on the board.
Look at that. I think the hard 2 can keep him on at this point.
I think we're going to see a hard 2 down here.
And Broadside will still get that 4th die.
Absolutely. No, it'd be 3 dice because it would be.
Because it's a 2 dice. Is it a 2 dice turret?
It's a 3 dice turret.
Right.
But it is.
Right. It's not
range 1.
Yep. So Psy will 2-turn next turn because he won't quite be ionized. Cyanized.
And D commenting there that it's only going to be 3 dice.
If he runs off the board, will that be sayonara?
Please give up with the puns.
1 bank from Obi-Wan.
Yep.
I think you just focus.
I think you just focus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there it
we
is.
do.
He already has the target lock. Vader is your target. Now, one thing that I could definitely see is when Vader turns in right here, we see broadside on Vader.
So, Vader's not going to be able to barrel roll out of there.
Absolutely, which is why broadside on Vader.
Vader's trapped in a kill box.
Yep. We might have another break.
So, is this going to be the is this going to be the deciding moment?
The deciding moment.
So bad.
Well, the D side is looking pretty pale in comparison to Sarah's right now.
So, Vader likely barrel rolls this way.
Just to get out of range 1 of
Just get out of range 1, gets out a primary shot here as well. Broadside has 5 health left.
That's a tough ask.
It is, but you've got Vader, who can take 4 dice, adding a crit.
But
that
crit's, I mean, that crit's most likely just going to be a hit.
Yeah.
No. No, because Defender modifies first. There we go.
Samesies. So Vader not barrel rolling.
Just taking that focus, keeping the force.
So there we see hit crit, spend the lock. And do you spend the force here?
I think you spend the.
Yep, spending it. So
and there's the
another evade from Sarah. Dee needs to grab that dice and take it from her. Hull breach.
And it's a hull breach.
So this could be crits going into broadside from Sai.
Range 1 from Obi-Wan into Vader.
Target lock and force. Oh, spends the focus.
Doesn't even need that. Oh my goodness. He's like, spend the lock. Come on. Here he goes. Vader with good greens. Needs to spend the focus.
Yep, spends focus.
Takes 1 crit on the shields.
Hate gets him a force back. So, Sai.
Hi, Steaky Sauce in chat. Thank you for joining us, Adam.
So, Sai into broadside. Can he kill him?
Can he do it? There's 2 focus.
Spend
There's
that
2
focus.
hits.
Do we see another evade from Sarah?
Yes,
we do!
It is face up because it's a hull breach. It's
blinded
a blinded pilot.
Which means she can't spend the focus.
Right.
Does the hard 2 keep Sai on the board next turn, Asa?
That is our question.
I think everything goes into Vader.
Rainer1111 asks, this is winning in for day 2, or do we have another round? We actually have one more round after this one. A 7-round day today, 7-round day tomorrow. 2 hits coming in.
Sarah just cursed herself by using her own dice.
Absolutely.
2 hits.
I think this is going to be it now. Sai's going to come back around and take this game.
Exactly.
Sarah's cursed herself by using non-stream dice.
For anybody who's new around here and hasn't watched Gold Squadron, that's a running joke. But historically, everybody who has used their own dice on our stream has lost.
I don't think, you know what? I think Sarah's going to break this curse. I don't want to give too much. I don't want to call it too early, but I think Sarah's going to break this curse.
So we see there it is range 2 into Vader. So
spending that for 1.
He's clear.
Vader's absolutely fine.
Oh, double crits.
2 crits from number pink, right?
Vader spends force.
Spend that force.
See, the way Vader's been rolling with his evades, though, he is coming away quite unscathed.
I mean, that's just how Vader rolls. He just needs a little bit of paint. He's got the focus. He's got the force.
Another
hitting a crit coming in from that Arc 170. Literally can't roll anything but crits, and there's the second shield down on Vader.
That is shields down on the Dark Lord of the Sith, but does get a force back.
Right. So now he's at 1 force. I think we see Vader turn out this way. Just please try to kill that Arc. Please, please, D. Please kill something.
Now, does the hard 2 keep Sai on the board?
That's the question.
That's the only move he can dial in. Like,
from my perspective, the answer is yes. But it's tough to call from this angle.
So close. And we still see this Arc is the one that just took the last shield off Vader. That Arc that's still limping by
right.
on 1 hull.
Did you call it or did you call it, Darren?
The Arc that triple critted Redline
to death.
Just obliterate him.
You absolutely called it. Sarah's methodically setting her dials.
Yep.
So let's talk about this. I can't say that I think D approached that initial engagement poorly.
Nope.
Because he had a lot of offensive firepower, he had a lot of action efficiency. Obi-Wan was a little separated. He had an opportunity to try to crush that swarm.
Yep. I think one of the things that let him down a little bit was when he did the 2 bank here and it left it just out of range 3. If he'd have changed it to the 3 bank, it'd have just been in, and then might have been able to take out this green torrent to begin with.
Right. Or if Redline does a 2 straight on that second engagement, bumps into that green.
Stops the dice coming in.
Right. Just a couple little maneuvers. In hindsight, of course, we can say it's obvious.
Yeah.
But it's on the table that obviously, like, that looks like the right move. You just want to keep your arcs wide. There's no way D could have anticipated those kind of dice.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But this is a fantastic game to watch.
I think all the games we've had today have been fantastic for their own way.
Sarah Tessam up right now, 33 minutes left, 70 points to 42. D is in a bad position. Because it wouldn't be too difficult, even if Vader does decide to move in on that arc, for a V-19 to just come in and block it.
Yep, absolutely there, Asa. But let's not forget, Sarah's only up by 28 points.
That's true.
There's only 32 minutes left in this game. If D wants to come hard this way, chase this arc, finish it off. It'll be quite easy for him to finish off this Torrent as well. He's only got 3 hit points left. Does have a structural damage, just only rolling 1 dice.
You're absolutely right, Darren. So there's definitely a chance. Again, I don't think it's a large one.
No.
With a shieldless Vader at this point, vulnerable to crits that just squeak through.
And Broadside's on too.
Right.
And Broadside is critically damaged as well.
Right.
Which means that their pilot ability does not come into effect.
So Broadside's not going to be able to put that effective ion fire on anymore. And I think that's why we see these V19s leapfrogging Vader, getting them out of the line of fire, going to kill Sai. Sai, who is shieldless at this point. While Vader's trying to get around, I think Sarah does realize that the best course of action right here is to just put damage into Sai. He'll be stressed. He won't be moving.
If Sai does manage to stay on the board here, we know that they're going to be able to hit him in the side. He's not going to get any shots back at
What'd you say? Is that the side? Thank you. I will literally be here all week. So there's a barrel roll, puts him behind the gas cloud, and what that does is allow for a Talon roll next turn, facing down to this area where Vader will be if Sai is no longer a threat. Still leaves him open to come and block Sai in the turn after.
So we see a hard 2 out there with number pink.
Is that a hard 2 or is that a Talon roll?
It
That's
is a
just
hard 2. And I think that's what effectively is happening there, is trying to cover Vader if he tries to disengage this way.
Right.
And we see a barrel roll.
So saying no Talon roll for you, Vader.
Yep.
So there's the Lieutenant side,
So
2 turn.
Does this stay?
Yes.
It's good.
That's good. Lieutenant Sai remains on the board.
And let's not forget, that is a 3-dice attack ship. So they're just going to mark Vader out because the 3 bank comes in.
Three bank with broadside. Again, this is just primary fire.
It is primary fire because broadside's ability only triggers out of the side arc.
Although he is flipping that blinded pilot.
Yep. So Sarah just forgetting to move the arc, so she's just going back and correcting that now. Doesn't make any impact on the rest of the game state.
Right.
So just a 1 bank. Clears the stress. Takes focus.
She won't spend it.
Nope.
She
but
won't
she's rolling
have
through with
to.
a pilot. Takes the stress back. No, we both know that arc just rolls natural
Right.
hits.
Just natural crits all day.
5K from Obi-Wan Kenobi there. Great choice. Has the target lock, has the force. Doesn't need to do an action.
Right, has all the mods he needs. Knows that Vader is either going this way, disengage it completely and won't be a threat, or will be blocked over here.
I think Vader's got to stay in the fight.
That's D's only chance right now. We are starting to get down towards the end of time. He has to put down that arc. He has to put down that Gold Squadron trooper, and then just not take half points.
Yeah. But Vader is only 1 away from half.
Right.
Sai is 1 away from half. It's highly likely that he could get half points on both these ships there. Now, is that a Talon roll? Nope, just a hard 3. So I think we're going to see a target lock being taken here.
He's got to.
I think you just take a target lock.
Right. Now we are looking over there. I see broadside on 1 hull.
Yep.
Missed the damage there.
Spends the force to take the focus, I guess. There we go. So can Vader kill that arc? Range 2.
He's got to. All right, so he's got turn 1 with a crit. Spend the target lock. Picks up a different die.
Gets the hit.
A hit.
And that's enough.
Spend that last force. 2 hits and a crit.
No, he's just realizing. Yeah.
It's fine.
Realizing
so
doesn't need
he
to
is
spend it.
gambling. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't even need to. That it's
Still rolls an evade.
Yep.
Refusing to die.
He's saying, I got one. Now he is only behind by 7 at this moment.
Yep. But that is the first ship he's taken off the board.
Right. That's just how expensive his own ships are. 2 crits from Obi-Wan rolling into a blank.
So broadside, 2 crits into Sai.
That's Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, sorry.
Yep, 2 evades from Darth Vader.
And this is what I've been saying. Vader's been rolling really good evades so far. So broadside, range 1. into Sai. Nothing.
Oh, there we go. There's some.
And the evade!
And the evade. Now is when Sai rolls it.
That is salt in the wound. And now we're going to see a torrent take him down to half.
That's
Two hits. I bet this is a blank. There we go.
There it is. Now Sai's back to form.
We now return to our schedule programming.
Exactly. Sai's blank green. All right. All right, that is everyone. 26 minutes left in the round. We go back to dials here on table 1.
So D rolling the dice there that he needed, just not in the right order.
Right. Sarah Tessum here, 26 minutes left up in the round. She's up by 7 points, 70 to 63. D does only need to put in one more kill to claim the lead, but Sai is losing Hull fast.
This could be
sorry, because I didn't put in the half points.
Yeah.
That's my mistake. Now Sarah is now up by 33.
Okay. This could be an incredible comeback.
If we see it.
So I think Vader's targets are here.
Right.
So,
and these
what
are
do
the
you think
ones.
from Sai? Sai can't stop.
Right.
So I think, do we just see a 1 forwards?
I think we see a 2 bank.
Is that blue?
It's white.
White.
But what that 2 bank does is it puts him out of Broadside's broadside arc, because Broadside has to go this way. Broadside might bump in if he's taking a long maneuver. Broadside could bump in. Might put him behind this gas cloud.
But if he does the 1 straight, he can take a reinforce
That's
the
true.
rear, and I think these 2 ships then at least it'll give him some defense. I guess we'll see.
Right. I mean, it is important to note that we're having fun with all this dice variance and, you know, being all joy, like, oh, poor D, you know, this game's going so bad for him. But in reality, you're absolutely right. We could see a comeback. D is obviously not thrown in the towel.
Nope.
He's not playing like he's thrown in the towel. He's still making aggressive. Yep. He's still making aggressive moves. He is making well-considered moves. Yep. Stuff that if Sarah is the one that makes a mistake, then could put D back in the running right here.
It is the Dark Lord of the Sith.
It is.
He's got the Force. He's got decent output of damage.
You say decent, it's phenomenal.
Yep, adding those crits. And let's be honest, both players are playing really, really well here.
Right. The dice variance excitement is just adding to an already exciting game.
So 2 Talon roll here from the V19 torrent there. Number pink.
Needs to move his arc around. And there's a block.
4K.
4K. That will block that 1 straight. We will likely then see Broadside just taking a 1 straight
No, just the 4 straight.
Ah,
That's
okay.
a smart move by Sarah, because what's going to happen here is I think this is going to be blocked.
There's the 1 bank that's blocked.
Yep. So what that means is, because if she knew that she was going to put that ship in there to try and block, so she'll have played for it. So I think we're likely to see just a small move here, just
Right.
a 1 forwards.
1 straight forwards.
1 straight forwards, rotate the arc here.
And then moving around Sai as he comes back. And that threatens Vader too with that broadside arc. Train tracking Sai in.
Yep.
Rainer1111 in chat says it's nice that everybody keeps keeping that lower left side of the board clear so we can see picture in picture. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, players, for keeping that lower left
never
side clear.
engaging down here.
Exactly. All right, Sai is blocked, and indeed there's
Calculated.
that little tiny 1 straight forward.
Is that bump?
That is clear. So will we see a rotate, or are we going to see a focus?
I think you just see a focus.
Yep, because we see the focus, because Obi-Wan can come in
primary.
here. Exactly. Great primary shot. Obi-Wan Kenobi can come in here as well. Take that target lock on side. Just put the poor shuttle out of his misery.
Let's be clear. Broadside's still only got 1 health left. If we see a hard 2 in here from Vader, take the target lock on Broadside.
And that's why, I think, why Obi-Wan has come 3 instead of turning into Sai, because he's going to punish Vader for getting close.
Yeah. So there's the hard 2. That move from Obi-Wan right there means that Vader's going to be unlikely to want to take the barrel roll this way because it puts him in range 1.
I think it's still, yep, he still put the lock down.
Just takes the lock.
Force for a focus.
So here we go, Vader. Range 2 into Broadside. Needs 2 bits of paint here.
Yep. Surely I could get 2, says D. Turning to a crit focus blank. We're going to go ahead and spend that target lock.
Is he going to get an eyeball or is he going to get a hit? There's the
rolling into a hit. So you spend that force. And then there's one evade. It's enough. The broadside goes down.
Yep. Broadside going down there's interesting. So 13 points between them.
Yep.
So Obi into Vader. Can Vader avoid this unscathed? Well, 3 hits.
Maybe. D needs 3 paint. He only gets 1. 2 more damage going to Vader and he takes half points. Man, those green dice. Only 1 paint, needed 3 to stay away from half points.
Yep.
Sarah is increasing her lead to 53 points. No shot from number pink.
So D just asking to find out which one is the damaged Gold Squadron. So we're going to have to see a Talon roll here from this Gold Squadron. Either this way or this way.
Now, do we think that Lieutenant Sai then is going to turn in here to put some pressure on the center of the board, or he's just going to stop?
I think Sai does a 2 bank.
2 bank. That's actually a very solid maneuver, because with that Talon roll goes, it will put his arc facing to the rear.
Yeah, I think Sai does the 2 bank there, takes focus, tries to initiative kill this ship here. It's going to be tough because he's got 3 hit points left. Does have a structural damage though. So if D can get 3 bits of paint, and well, we know how Sarah's green dice are.
3 bits of paint. Yep.
That turret's still going to be alive.
Yes.
Now, what's D's win condition here?
Let's see. D's win condition, we take a look at points. He needs 54 points to lead. That Gold Squadron Trooper is going to net him another 13. That's not going to be quite enough. He still needs another 40.
Yep.
Getting half points on Obi-Wan isn't going to do that, so he needs to kill both the green, or the Gold Squadron green, and Obi-Wan Kenobi in order to pull this out. There's the Talon roll.
There's the Talon roll.
Is that?
It's a Talon roll, not a Toronto roll.
Fair enough. And it is so close to the edge of that board.
Yep.
Very well executed by Sarah Tessum there. One bank
with number pink.
Going to put in a target lock.
I think you just take the focus.
Well, I would think that it's not a great shot against Vader right now. So you put in that target lock for the time you get range 1. If Vader goes forward to try to get this behind the gas cloud.
She's taking the lock.
Target lock.
Taking the lock on Vader. Good call. Just the 1 bank. I think Sai's not going to have a shot.
He's not on the gas cloud?
No, not on gas cloud, but he doesn't have a shot.
That is extremely close, this back arc.
I think he should reinforce.
Coordinating.
Ooh. He's coordinating to Vader.
Right, so Vader can now use his pilot ability as well.
Yep. So D's now looking, because of ST321, he can acquire a target lock on a ship that's at range 3 of Darth Vader, the ship he's just coordinated.
Right.
So what he's looking to do now is, if he has arc on this guy here, he'll take the lock.
If he does not, I think he takes it on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because if Obi-Wan overextends himself, he can find himself in ST321's front arc.
So D deciding now where he puts that target lock.
Just really trying to see. That is such a slim call. I think we'll probably see a judge ruler down on that table when they actually go to look at that arc.
So Vader now, because he's taken any action, he's force pushing to barrel roll to try and hopefully block Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's a fantastic barrel roll right there.
Yeah, we've seen conservative moves from Sarah, so maybe she's called it, maybe she hasn't. Let's see what happens.
Right, and that's what I'm saying here. D is absolutely not playing like he's throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
Each one of these maneuvers is the right one for that situation.
Yep. Obi-Wan with a one bank.
There's a bank. And that does not fit. It's bumped. Sarah's saying it does not actually fit. That's blocked. So close. D saying, Sarah, are you being nice to me? No. And then there's a 3-turn.
Is it a turn or is it a talon?
I can't tell. That's a 3-turn.
So I think D has to take the target lock here.
Right.
The problem is he can't barrel roll because he's already performed the barrel roll action.
Yep. Does he have, I mean,
I don't think he has arc.
It's slim. He might, but I'm not sure.
Yep, D lamenting not doing the hard 2 there.
Right. I think he still has to take that target lock.
I think he does.
Yeah. Already has the focus. He's got a force.
I think you do it for next turn, and then you leave your talon roll open.
Right. Casey survives. Here comes the target lock.
Why is he spending the force there?
He should not have spent the force there.
He should not.
Because that's just his perform action step.
Yep, absolutely. So Ace is just going to go and point that out to a judge there just so that they can correct that force charge. So there we see Obi-Wan into Sai rolling 2 eyeballs. So D rolling the eyeball there on the defense way, trying to decide whether he needs to spend the... So there we go, just correcting it there. And balance is restored. So D now trying to decide whether to spend that focus on Sai. He's trying to work out what the odds are. I think you spend it. So he's taking the 2 damage because he thinks he's got arc.
On Sai?
D thinks he's got arc with Sai.
So 2 damage onto Sai.
Yep. He's got arc.
It's in. Here it comes. 3 dice needs that target lock.
Oh, spends the lock.
Oh, yeah, he's got it. He has to spend that. Here we go. There's 3 symbols.
Hit
There's
crit.
3 paint.
So it's definitely hit crit going in.
Yep, and that should be plenty. Gold Squadron Trooper
still rolls.
Still rolls
hit
paint.
Kills that Gold Squadron Trooper.
There we go.
And takes a fuel.
Takes the fuel league. So D now still needs to kill Obi-Wan.
Yes.
Without losing the shuttle.
Well, does half points on Obi-Wan help?
Half points will work. But a half point or a kill on number pink will not. 1 crit coming in onto Vader, hitting the crit. And he's just going to go ahead and
extends
scoop right
the
there.
hand.
Yeah, hitting the crit coming. 1 crit coming into Vader, and he goes down. Beautiful game. Very, very well done, Sarah. 12 minutes left on the clock, and DU extends the handshake.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's the right call there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Man, that was such a fun game to watch, Darren. Once again, I don't think D made any major mistakes on that approach.
No, I don't think he did either. I think there was probably a little bit about, as I say, when Redline was here and could have gone a little bit further forwards.
I think he definitely could have boosted that
Yes.
first round to get in. If he boosts right there, now he is, like if he boosts when he's right there, now he's up in this area. That K-turn lane is open.
Yeah.
Right? So the K-turn lane is open. That would have been excellent. Just getting any more dice on target could have killed that green, killed that number green.
I think we've settled an age-old bet there, though. I think it is crates on top.
I think it is. And with that, thank you everybody for watching. We've got one more round today.
Absolutely.
We'll see you in round 7.